English Teacher, Part 47. Introduce suspense or rouse curiosity by building up a punchline or including an element of surprise. Encourage your students to learn more about the things which they are already familiar with, while introducing the moderate amounts of new and unfamiliar material. You should take them to a process where they learn the things by understanding different options. They perform certain activities, and you can motivate them by the task assignments as well. So when you take your students to the motivational level of the task, you can use certain strategies where you can in fact motivate them by task, and the task motivation is also very much helpful in certain regards. Fine, you can motivation and task assignment. Build on your students' strength and level, and as you build on your students' strength and levels of functioning, plan for individual success by gearing your expectations and class activities to your students' potential level of achievement. Make use of your students' interest by discussing with them interesting activities and areas of studies, and by developing topics and providing examples that motivate them to learn. Involve your students in choosing learning activities, discussing what they consider fair assignments and setting limits. Vary the nature and elements of the task you assign, their level of the difficulty, their length of time allowed for their completion, the work setting, and the number of students directly involved. When the task involves listening, reading, using stories, and they use fantasy experience and stimulations to encourage participation through imagination, to provide vicarious experience that personalize learning, and structure new and unexpected first-hand experiences that involve direct participation and challenge to provoke conflict. Some activities should include game-like features to provide fun and allow students to explode. Discover, solve puzzles, and engage in non-threatening, non-graded competition. Be sure, however, not to stress games to the point where your students remember the fun but forget the lesson content. Maintaining task involvement. To maintain a high quality of task involvement and help your students to expect success, give clear and concise explanation and direction that they will understand precisely what you expect them to do and how you expect them to do it. To promote understanding and fill in explanation of the details that we are unclear and missing text, and make abstract content from the more concrete one, the familiar one, the personalized by using anecdote and examples that involve familiar or personal elements. Well, we can check to ensure each student understand that your explanations are within the understanding circumference. If you find some students are confused, explain and demonstrate again. Remind your students that you expect them to remain on the task, that you intend to check their work, ensure that the students finish tasks that involve, there are maps, drawings, models, essays. Completing of the task helps students to understand. Motivation through competition. Competition used appropriately can motivate and stimulate students to try harder. It can also supply a useful incentive for students to master specific skills when speed of the performance and the quantity of the output are important. Be sensitive to your students' comfort with competition. For those who respond well to challenge of competition, and arrange suitable opportunities to compete setting high but attainable standards. For those students who find individual competition stressful, however, you might substitute team competition, and there can be de-emphasis on the competition with the peers or emphasize self-competition instead.